Hey, what's up? Anytime a person tries to run for president who is a halfway decent human being, or at least seems to be like Jill Scott, I'm sorry, not Jill Scott. She went to Girls High and is a singer. Um, Jill Stein, Cornel West, Ralph Nader, Claudia De La Cruz, uh, Winona LaDuke, and I would argue one who tried to come through the Democratic Party, you'll notice that they all get smashed, right? They all get smashed. They're not tolerated as candidates. And we end up with corporate owned, street owned, oligarch owned candidates who do not serve the public interest. And it seems to me that it just keeps getting worse and worse. We had Joe Biden, who probably blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Then you have the genocide. We have all been watching a live stream genocide during the Biden administration, and now during the Trump administration. Doesn't follow the United States Constitution, does not follow any kind of international law, and you have to wonder why do we keep electing these people? And you could say, well, Trump has his MAGA supporters, but where was the opposition? Where was the pro public candidate? There is none. There's none, and it's a system where we're given two choices, two people, and they're usually bad choices. And anyone who doesn't serve the military industrial complex, or who might care about poverty, or not having an imperialistic country or a fascist country, they're just not elected. And what the Democrats try to do, I call them the jackasses. They want to focus on things like gender, or not. I'm not saying they're not important topics, but what about Medicare for all? What about not having a genocide? What about a Green New Deal in the environment, and so forth and so on? Um, we I mean, Trump is just a continuation, I think, of his predecessors. I watched Shock and Awe, um, and if you go from Shock and Awe, which was what George Bush called the invasion of Iraq, to Epic Fury, and I think now they're calling it Epic Freedom, and this whole notion of like killing people, killing uh, uh, the people in Gaza. They're torching Lebanon. Now invading Iran, killed this uh, school of girls, about 170 little girls. It's just horrifying. And our system's set up now that whoever has money just gains access to the government. You watch Miriam Edelson and also Elon Musk. Elon Musk is able to get his hands into the United States government. He's not even a United States citizen. and now he's getting ready to become a trillionaire. And then you've got Miriam Adelson. It almost looks like Israel's directing United States policy, and I mean, it's like who is there to even stop Donald Trump? Like, it's not just him. It's like he's a product of this whole system. But like, where are the people? Where are the politicians of conscience who are going to do anything about it? Where's the media? Is there a media that's going to stop him? I don't think so. Um, and then I think he attacked another reporter today. Uh, of course, probably an African American reporter, woman. He's just, he's done that many times before. The allegations with the Epstein files, and also with actual grown women, 34 felony convictions, and people just act like this is normal, like this is fine. It's just really definitely disturbing, and I don't know what we can do about it. You know, I think it would require a system change, you know, um, where, you know, there's checks and balances in the government, and, money is not speech. You can curb, uh, uh, you know, what these politicians are able to do. Because right now we don't have that. So, yeah, it's, I don't know how it could get worse. But you see, this is how we got here. Like, keep violating, keep violating the law, keep violating rules and everything, and then eventually, we end up with a complete narcissistic, paranoid sociopath, white supremacist running the government. And the only way to change this around, in my opinion, is if we the public. I don't. It's certainly not going to be. Nothing's going to be accomplished through violent means. So we have to. And I don't even think it's going to be anything's going to be accomplished through voting. We're going to have to stand up and organize and make demands as citizens of the United States, because we do have power to be stand up and be heard. And I know a lot of people are standing up and trying to make their voices heard. I think Occupy Wall Street was a great move in the right direction. If you look at Biden, like, he had an opportunity to, stop the genocide, but in fact, he lied. He lied about the beheaded babies, and he lied about uh, uh, building that pier. And I think, for me, when he was eating an ice cream cone, while he's talking about building a pier for the Palestinians, he knew full well that he wasn't going to do anything, but just said it anyway. And it's just really disturbing. But I think most of the world, we have to organize, we have to have solidarity in many ways we can, and stand up and fight against this. And hopefully, really have a real democracy and not just in name only. And I think I blame a lot on the Democrats, because they allowed this not only once but twice, and then blame Russia for it. But Russia didn't have anything to do with it. Russia had nothing to do with this. Israel had a lot to do with it, and I think but and but you can't even talk about Israel on the college campuses. Certainly not in the media. Barry Weiss and Ellison and all these very extraordinarily rich people. Um, they're not tolerating any dissent or any thought or anything like that. It's and for an individual to take on these powerful entities, it's it's probably going to be impossible. So we really do need uh, to organize and have mass movements, and hope that we can do something about it.